Did you guys see this? I'm going to open this up together because I want to look at it together. I've said this before and I'll say it again. If there is one star that I think is leaving their location at some point, it's Giannis. If there's one superstar out there that I feel like will eventually leave their current team, it's got to be Giannis. I saw this article this morning, and I think it's really interesting, and I think you guys will like it simply for the fact because it is Giannis. And I think we've all kind of had some conversations about this before in regards to what would be the perfect scenario for the Lakers. We all know that. It's pairing Luka with Giannis. By the way, it's because Jokic ain't happening, and he's going to, even recently he was talking about how he wants to be a Denver Nugget for life, and that doesn't sound like a surprise. And I think that's something that probably is more likely to happen than anything else. Let me share this article with you guys here. This is on Hoops Hype. This is aggregated. It's coming from different places. Let me just share this with you because if there's one player that has the power and, has put his team a little bit on the, how do I describe it? He's kind of put them on notice. It's Giannis. Giannis has, I think, put everybody on notice in regards to he wants to compete in Milwaukee, and if Milwaukee can't compete, that's going to be a problem. All right, let's read this together. The Bucks picked up the Knicks' call on Giannis Antetokounmpo, and the sides engaged in conversations for a window of time in August, league sources said, but the teams never got traction on a deal. Let's keep reading. The Bucks insisted to the Knicks that they preferred not to move Giannis Antetokounmpo, but those in Milwaukee believe New York did not make a strong enough offer to continue even discussing a trade, league sources said. Let me pause this here real quick. I don't care that, what the conversation was, how far it got. It's the fact that they engaged in a conversation, to me, is the story. Remember when Luka got traded and Giannis said, I think it's great that he said something like Europeans going to big markets. He thought it was a good thing. We'll see what Giannis does. I think deep down in Giannis's heart, he'd like to try to win another championship in Milwaukee. But I think Giannis also realizes the Bucks probably are not winning a championship. So maybe this is his last year. Giannis does have some control here with demanding where he wants to go. He can, kind of pick and choose where he wants to go. It's up to Milwaukee where they trade him. But a lot of teams won't trade every asset that they have unless they know that Giannis wants to stay there long term. Let's keep reading some of this stuff. It's unclear how the Bucks would have responded to an all-out chase by the Knicks. Let's get another one in here. Giannis Antetokounmpo aired his concerns about whether this team could truly achieve championship contention, and he wanted to explore whether there would be an alternative path forward for both the team and the player, league sources said. In the end, Giannis Antetokounmpo returned to Milwaukee for the start of the 2020-2026 season. Rival executives believe the only way Giannis Antetokounmpo could have forced a move elsewhere was by making a spectacle and pushing himself out like several NBA stars who requested trades in recent years. So interesting stuff right there. It also kind of goes on to say that that's not Giannis's style. I don't think he wants to leave Milwaukee that way. I think he is very loyal to the Milwaukee Bucks, but at the same time, he's also kind of said, like, I've done my job. I have loyalty. I want to compete for a championship. I don't want to be known as a guy that won one NBA championship. Maybe Giannis takes the path that Kareem took, where he won a championship in Milwaukee, was very loyal, a multiple-time All-Star, and then eventually went to the Los Angeles Lakers. We'll see. I'm not telling you, I'm not trying to blow smoke up anybody's you-know-what. I don't know what Giannis is going to do. Maybe Giannis wants nothing to do with the Lakers. But the point I'm trying to make is it feels like of any superstar out there, Giannis is the most likely to go. So we'll keep an eye out on that. Whether the Bucks would want to make a deal with the New York Knicks, whether Giannis wants to go play for the New York Knicks, whether this is all just smoke. I don't know, but where there is smoke, there is fire. And I thought that was really, really interesting to read that stuff from earlier today. All right, let's see what can see it happening this year. But I think it's more likely Bam is going to ask for a trade for Miami. Bucks should trade him to the West. All right, let's see what else we got here. See more of these. That would be interesting. Let's see what else we have here. I can see Giannis in Miami. Great point. Chris, I don't argue with this one as well. If there's one general manager out there, president of basketball operations that knows how to go big game hunting, obviously you're talking about a guy like Pat Riley. Let's see. But, another thing to just pay close attention to, it's really more about what does Giannis want? That's what all this will come down to, because I'm telling you, if Giannis decided tomorrow that I want to be a Miami Heat, I want to play for the Miami Heat, then the Bucks are kind of, they're handcuffed. If he decides I want to be, I'm just naming teams. I want to be a New York Knick. Okay. I want to be I want to go to the Golden State Warriors. He could kind of hand pick this thing because he's going to have that, the power of saying, well, when my contract is done, wherever you trade me, I'm going to sign with whichever team that I want to sign with. He's got a player option at some point, and I know obviously he would use that. All right, let me take a look at a couple more of these comments here, and we'll keep going. Braun isn't going anywhere. It was a Hennessy ad. Yeah, if you're late to the party, it was a Hennessy ad. Hennessy getting some. I mean, talk about getting their money's worth. Cool, bro. Thank you for the super. Cool, bro. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much for that. When was the last time a foreign star forced their way out? Luka was loyal to Dallas through and through. Jokic too. Giannis has smoke, but seems loyal. If Giannis didn't kind of give some of these sprinkles of what makes Giannis the more likely player to ask to leave is because some of the sprinkles that he's left behind. He's left this trail of comments and quotes where clearly he's loyal to the Milwaukee Bucks, but to a point. I think that's the point there. By the way, maybe Giannis says, I want to go play for the San Antonio Spurs. Put me with Victor Wembanyama, and that's where I want to go. I don't know where he's going to go, but I'm just telling you that of all the players out there, he has no question about it, has left some noise out there of I'd be open to playing somewhere else. Giannis has handicapped the Bucks by consistently putting pressure on them. Yeah, but that's what stars are supposed to do. If you want me here, make sure I got a shot to win. And I think Giannis has earned that right to do that to Milwaukee. And I think they've made some dumb moves because of that as well. Cool, bro. Thank you very much for the super here. He's got another one in here. Tuesday Slee, what's your favorite taco minus Pastor? You can throw an ass Slee anytime you want. Pastor is phenomenal because it's fattier, right? It's juicier. So Pastor is a phenomenal one. I'll do just a tradition. Give me a carne asada taco. I'm good to go. I don't need much on it as well. Give me some cilantro, some onions. Give me a little bit of salsa on there as well, and let's go old school. Give me the smaller tacos. Let's go old school on that front. That's a phenomenal taco right there. And don't take fish tacos out of the mix too. I love me some fish tacos as well. Thank you very much for watching the clip. Just want to give a shout out here to one of our partners, the Wallace Firm. They are official injury attorney of the Sliwa Show and Hoops Talk, the entire channel. If you are ever in a need, and I hope you're not, but some type of serious injury with yourself or a family member of yours, I would like to personally help you by introducing you to the best in the business, Brad Wallace and the Wallace Firm. Also got a URL out here that you can use as well. Just go to wallacewins.com/Sliwa. Thank you for their partnership, and thank you for being a part of the Sliwa Show.